Hello. Howdy doody, friends. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's having a great Monday today. My Monday has been pretty okay. Hi, Luna. Thank you for the H. We made some adjustments at work for the new quarter. Everybody got some new team assignments. So I've been working with some new team members, trying to see how they vibe, how they flow, how they do their work. So far, so good. Nothing too complicated, which is nice, but I have been warned that it can get complicated. So, when that problem presents itself, we'll see how I do. But thankfully, my boss is really helpful, so I'm not too concerned. And the new teammates are pretty nice, so shouldn't have too much issue. Plus, I'm really good at problem solving, so. But today is day one of the Assassin's Creed week, because I just decided that I was going to take a little break from art and just play a bunch of Assassin's Creed, because I'm really enjoying it so far. Been doing a lot of exploring, a lot of unlocking the map and whatnot, and I just want to keep that up. Might do some more material farming today. I might do some quests. We'll see how I feel. We'll see. But let me pause this music. There we go. And let's get into it. Fabulous. Okay, let me make sure that y'all can hear that. Unmute you. Turn up my headphones. Make sure the audio for El Gato is good. It should be. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now, where did I leave off? Okay. So I was working on just unlocking more shit, it looks like. Because I got that fast travel. There's that golden question mark. There's this. This part of the map's too strong for me. So I'm just gonna go follow this road and go in this direction. We're gonna call my abomination my Choco Camel. So that's where I just crawled out of, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I just need to have him follow the road, I think. That'll make my life easier. There we go. And what is this? What are... Please don't attack me for no reason.
Hey, hold on.
No, it's alright. You don't have to... You don't have to... No, you don't have to do that, actually. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go mind my own business. And goodbye. Cool. Glad we could come to an agreement. Not quite sure what that was all about. Please stop chasing me and just let me get away from you. Keep, like, entering and then leaving their line of sight. I just want to leave their line of sight. Okay, I left their line of sight. Ask and you shall receive. But yeah, work's going pretty good. I'm working on progressing myself into the next level, slowly but surely. So today is kind of like my first step into the next set of steps. How about you, Luna? How was your day? How was your Monday? Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, so that's a hideout. Oh, okay, that's just way up there. So what about... I wonder if... should I go H? That's all you have to say? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go through the hideout and see if maybe there's something to be seen, like, on the other side. So let's take a look. Oh, those are cute emotes. Jackie Pumpkin. I'm sneaking already, only because I just don't know what to
I
expect.
should be cautious around here.
Okay. Oh, somebody's climbing down already. Alright. Is he coming my way? Oh, there's somebody else. Okay. Maybe if I just do a little... Just come here. I just wanna... Just a little... You know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Dead. Cool. Alright. Let's see. So that one guy crawled down the ladder and then walked the other direction. Those are just horses. Oh no, there he is. Oh, there he is. I'll just stand here again. Maybe I can convince him to come over to the bush too. Oh, my whistle is too far. How about now? How about now? How about now? Nope, okay. Maybe if I just...
Hey!
Cool. But I do want to hide him. Because I'm level 33. Hi, Benny. Thank you for the X-Files. How are you today? Welcome to day 1 of Assassin's Creed Week. Hi, Benny. I'm doing some explorating. I saw a body, or a person, a body. It's alive, so it's a person. Okay. He's climbing. Oh, I convinced him to come back. Thank you for the goose honk. Got him. Okay. You know what? Let me... Okay, so there's one over there, but let's do my trusty Senu to point out where everyone is hiding. Oh, thank you for the lower the cost of VIP. Give me just 1 second and I'll do that. I need to fix the cooldowns. Let me see if the cooldowns are working again. Let me put them back on. Put the cooldown back on for that one. Lower the cost of VIP is up here. Put the cooldown back on for that. And then adjust VIP. Where is it? There it is. 54,000 is what VIP sits at right now. Fabulous. Thank you, Benny. Okay. So I think that's everybody. Ooh, there's a few extras coming out. Can I continue to stay stealth about this? Let's find out. I actually want to try. I want to attempt to stay stealth. So I need to make sure I don't make any unnecessary decisions. Maybe if I can just...
Hey, wait!
Get him in the bush. Looks like a couple people are asleep upstairs. But I think there's someone above me. Yeah. Let me just get this real quick. Okay, that guy's asleep. That guy's asleep. I'm pretty sure I have my eyes on most of them. As far as Senu is concerned. Oh, there's something in there. Okay. Let me just get these folks. A little sleepy time to never wake up. Oh, there's a lot of people in here. I see, I see, I see. Okay, okay. Do a little bit of that. There is something this way with the marker. Oh. Oh, it's a room. Oh, alright. I'm gonna take some of this, some of that. That's all mine now. Money, money, money. A thing. Ooh, carbon crystal. Very nice. Okay, so that's the last treasure from this place. Now it's just inconsequentials. Oh, what is this? An elevator? What is this? Parkour up. Oh! Well, that's dangerous. Let me get my eyes on some other folks here. Okay, it doesn't look like there's too many, actually. I say that, and then I see more that Senu didn't catch. Pick you up. Put you over here. I'll go back around to this guy. Look at me being so sneaky. Nobody has any idea that I'm here murdering all their friends. No one has any clue. But here I am, murdering all their friends. I'm just gonna leave him there, actually, because I need to come over to this guy before he wakes up. I know that there's that other guy walking around, but I need to do this. Okay. Alright, now let me just sneak my way around here. I don't remember. Where is he? There's somebody else that I missed? Oh, is he above me? Senu's indicator says that somebody's nearby. Whoa. That's some blood. Oh, there he is. He's literally right there below me. Okay. Let me go look at this bloody situation real quick. What is this? What's happening here? Oh, I can't look at it yet. Alright. What are you doing? Oh, he's alarmed? Oh, at what? Did he find a dead body? He must have seen one of the dead bodies. Okay. Oh, is he in the little sleeping quarters here? He must be. Okay. No? Yes? What is he doing? Oh, he's inspecting everything. Okay. Come on out. Come on. I just want to drop you. I just want to drop you dead. Alright, so he's coming this way. Maybe if I do one of these. Maybe if I juke him. Oh, he turned around. Fuck. Okay, I juked him. Excuse me. Quit looking in this direction. He's literally staring right at me. Like, I can't go either way. Okay. I'ma get you. I got you. All right, I got this place cleared out. Love that for me. Anyway, back on my quest to clear the map. What's this? I want to go there. Don't know where he just came from, but he did.
Whoa.
Follow the road, custom marker. No. Alright, okay. Goddamn, alright. Oh, there was somebody left. Anyway, bye. No, fucking... Okay, follow road not available. That's all you needed. You didn't need to turn me around. But what is this over here is the question that I have. Lumi wants to know. What is this? Was ist this? Okay. It's gold, and I feel like that means something special. But also it could not mean anything. What is
Whoa.
it? Random stones? Okay. Alright, so this looks like another hideout. It's not an ominous beam of light this time. So it's not gonna thrust me into a boss battle. Or, wait. Is this not the end goal? Kinda. Oh! What in the... Oh, that must be a boss battle. That's a giant elephant. Look at that. But it's not the beam of light. What is this place? I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, what? Camp of Katesh and Reshef. What is that? Is there... Kill elephant. What is the recommended level here? Because I feel like I may not be the proper level for this. How do I get in there? Is there a door? Okay, what's this? No, okay. What about... So I can't climb over the spiky bits. There's no door. Maybe I need to come back? Like at a later time? Alright. Let's... There really isn't much down in this part of the map, is there? Alright, well, let's see. I'm level 33. Can't go there, can't go there. I could do Libway. I'll fast travel here. And then make my way towards Libway. Libway. I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. I've been working a lot on, like, Twitter and Twitch stuff, and, like, I've been trying to actually get videos posted on my YouTube. But it's a lot of work, y'all. It's a lot of time and dedication necessary, while also... Ooh, excuse me. While also, you know, working. So, it's hard to get the hang of, but... I really want to do this. I really, really want to... Where do I jump? Right here. Okay, yeah. I really want to, like, do the whole VTuber thing. Like, really, really. So, you know, I'm doing what all the silly little, YouTube and such tutorials say, which is, you know, try and do this, don't get discouraged. Just be consistent, keep doing what you're doing, try new things, you know, all that jazz. How do I get up there or over there? Do I have to, like, scale this entire... I must, unless there's another way. Alright, let's get down here. Oh, wait. Can I... Oh, here's a zip line? So, I'm just, you know... It's hard sometimes. For everyone. You know, you get a little discouraged occasionally when, you know, things are quiet or you just feel overwhelmed and you're like, am I doing good enough? Am I doing... There's no right. I'm learning and realizing there's no, like, right, recommended, for sure, 100% way that you have to do the whole content creation thing. Like, there's obviously a lot of ways that you can, like, do sort of the wrong thing. But I feel like the wrong thing is just... not doing anything and expecting everything. So, please climb. Please climb. So I'm trying to do things. Please climb. Can I not climb? Is it too high? No, okay. I've got my... I'm working on my YouTube. I'll obviously have this Twitch thing that I do, you know, every once in a while. And I'm working on keeping my Twitter. The hardest thing with me and Twitter is I feel like I ever have anything to say. So I don't use it probably as much as I could or should. So that's my next hurdle, is figuring out what content to put out on Twitter. Stream of thought, I guess? Retweet some dank memes? I don't know. It's a process. It's a trial and error process. But it's what I want to do, and I am driven to do so, and it's been a while since I've been driven to do anything. So, I don't want to give up on myself too easy this time. Don't want to let myself down, you know? So, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm trying. My biggest thing is that I have, like, this internal battle with myself where I'm like, if I just, you know, put on a cute voice or something, you know? Like, oh my god, maybe if I acted stupid, or, not stupid, let me rephrase, vapid? No. Valley Girl? You know, the ooh-woos, the, oh my god, like, or, you know, maybe I lean into the fact that my voice is deeper and, like, try to do the ada stuff, you know? Like, ooh, Mama Lumi, or whatever. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like selling myself out like that. So, this is my voice and this is what you get. Does it match the face that you see on the screen? Debatable. But I don't really feel like it necessarily has to. There are plenty of, like, how do I want to phrase this? There are plenty of... Gender is a spectrum, and you'll find a lot of folks who identify as male still having a, like, more female-presenting VTuber. So, like, my voice doesn't have to... What in the... Sound a certain way. Whoa, it's a cat. Get out of here. I was hiding in a bush. How did you... Hello? Man, I'm trying to give myself a pep talk over here. What are you doing? Get out of here. Oh, is that a cheetah or a leopard? Oh, it's a leopard! Ooh, whoa. Oh, I guess because I found a leopard hideout. Okay, so don't go there. Maybe go... here? There's no, like, civilization or synchronization point to find, but I can go here next. Technically, I'm still within the level to do so. So I'll head into the Green Mountains and see what I can unlock on the map. We're gonna just flip around and go this way. That is correct, Luna. He was actually the one I was thinking of specifically. He's not the only one, though. There's a pretty popular VTuber, Porcelain Maid, who is, I'm fairly certain identifies as male, but I could be wrong, but uses a doll, female doll VTuber, but it kind of fits in with his lore. I think there's some sort of, like, trapped spirit situation in his lore that I don't really fully know. So, like, I've always been a deeper voiced lady. I've never been a lady. Girl. So it just kind of is what it's gonna be, and I don't feel like straining my voice, first of all, or, like, having to adhere to a specific persona to get more interaction. Like, I'm just me, and oh, I'm being stalked. Look at that. I'm just me, and this is what you get. I just don't feel confident enough to show my face on stream, so I use a little VTuber, and I'm trying to make, like, a lore for her, but I'm not very creative with writing. So coming up with the lore is kind of... it's a little loose, a little incomplete. But I don't know, I kind of... Oh god, that was scary. I want a little character, a little OC, a little persona, but I don't want to have to, like, change my voice to be her. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll, like, soften my voice one day and see how that works. But, like... Oh, my bad. I pressed the wrong button. I'm trying to do Genshin controls to sprint. Because, like, I have the ASMR redeem, but even then I'm not, like, good at that. Because I feel like my whispering is very much like this. Like, scream whispering. So it's like, I don't feel like it's very ASMR soothing if I were to say anything about it. So I don't know, I just gotta practice with my voice control and such things that I want to do and try out, maybe. But again, my big thing is I don't want to, like, sell out just for content. I want people to like my content because it's me who's doing it authentically. So. But being a content creator is hard. You know, I'm not... I'm not a young kid anymore. Like, I feel like teens and folks in their 20s are probably a little bit more relatable, probably a little bit more high energy.
I must let Rome know that Siwa is never to be harmed again. None of these men will survive.
Oh, apparently I found a location-based quest. What is it? What is it? What's this? Kill the invaders. It's 2 levels higher than me, but let's see if I can do it. So, what is it? Do I need to kill everyone that's in here? Okay, there's certainly a lot of them. There's that guy up in the tower. Oh, I see. The big baddies are levels higher than me. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. So that guy... Oh, okay, so that guy's standing guard. Can I just... Oh, his big best friend is coming right up to the gate. Okay, let me think about this. Or is he just walking right by? Looks... Okay, he might be leaving? Okay, so he's dead. Is there anyone around to see me dragging his body away? Probably, hopefully not.
Must be careful now.
Let me just hide him real quick. Nobody will notice. Hopefully. Okay. Okay, my arrows are not strong enough for that. Alright. Will he see me? Let's hope not. Okay, so is there anybody... Am I hiding? Okay, I think so. Is there anybody... Oh, there's somebody above me. Okay, well... shit. Let's do this. Oh, you weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to move. That's alright, I got him anyway. Basically, I'm gonna keep doing my best, and you should too. Ooh, can I get him to come over here? Oh. Please don't notice your friend. No, he doesn't. Okay.
Anyone offers resistance, show no mercy.
Interesting. Please come this way so that the guy above doesn't notice me, but so that I can kill you. Oh. Thank you for the howl, Benny.
Take it quickly, and our Roman patron will pay well.
That guy above's gonna see me. Okay. I hate this. But it's good to know that he comes over here.
Sharpen your swords, men. You'll need them.
If I just do one of these little... Is he still up here? Or did he patrol
Strike
away?
the fear of Anubis into
Oh,
them!
he's not even here. Where the fuck did he go? Okay, so they've got a patrol situation? Okay, well, I don't want to just hang around in the open. Let's go around this way. Can I get his head from here? Yes. Amazing. But now the question is, someone gonna see him? To bring him down here. To the bush. Okay. Now, somebody is walking around here. This guy. Somehow he didn't hear me make all that noise. Okay, perfect. Need to remember to breathe. This is stressful, but also fun. Alright, so I got those guys. That guy's back up there, but now he's leaving again. Oh, he's climbing. Shit, alright. And there's people up there. Oh, is it a change of the guard? Ooh, okay. Are you gonna climb? Or are you just gonna... Oh, he's gonna go. Okay. He's the only one over here, so I should be okay to do this.
Hey now.
Got him. Beautiful. Okay. Normally I'm not so, like, serious about this, but they're kind of super high level. Most of them are under my level, but, like, if I was to get bombarded by all of them, that would really suck. Someone has redeemed lower VIP. Benny did earlier. That was, like, the first thing Benny did. Okay, I'm gonna try and go around this way. I don't want to wait for them to return to their patrol post. But if I go this way, maybe I can sneak up on someone. Okay, that's a building with a door. Let me just make sure that there's nobody in it. Doesn't seem that way. Wait. Oh, okay, I see what's happening.
Anyone opposite!
Ah,
Oh, shit. That was important. I'm sorry. I was like, I'm not gonna worry about this, but then he started talking about it. I was like, ah, fuck.
Storm coming.
sandstorm coming.
Uh-oh.
Diamond!
Nope, I got stuck.
Damn it! We must catch up! There you are!
Oh, shit. Come on, hide, hide, hide. Whoa. Let me go around here. Oh, I can't. I'm stuck. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm fine. Oh, where the fuck? Oh, oh. I'm panicking. Lightly panicking.
Long gone. Let's be on. Soon, men! Soon!
Oh, I can't even fully assassinate him. He's too strong.
Pitiful.
Shit.
What made you give up on life?
Shit. No, I got this. I got this. I've never not been able to assassinate someone. Perfect. Yeah! Okay, pick him up. Put him over here. Okay. Woo! That was stressful. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna poison you for good measure. Just in case somebody else walks by. Alright, so we've got a few people in pairs. This guy's alone for the most part. Let me just do a little... Come here, buddy. Come here. I'm just gonna... Oh, what? Is it because he got stuck on the ladder? Oh my god, that's dumb. Anyway, I got him. He's dead. It's okay. He's dead. That was stupid. And we're crouching. Alright. I could probably chain assassinate these guys.
What?
Yes, I can. There we go. Okay. Put them in here. Oh, not me. Get out of there. Now we're gonna put you in here as well. Okay. I'm gonna sneak down into this area. Take whatever that is. We're gonna stand on it first, apparently. That's just a fucking bow, but alright. I don't know what any of this shit is. Can I climb out of here? No, I'll go this way. Oh, there's something to loot. Got meat, not sure why, not sure what for, but I did. Okay, let's take another... Alright. So everyone else is in pairs at this point. At least for the most part. Oh. Oh no, that's a bird. Is that also a bird, or is that a person? Training. That's a person. Okay. Alright, so we have another pair coming this way. Ooh, what are y'all doing? Are you gonna come down to where the other guys were? Ooh, I want to join. I just want to join assassinate again, please. Chain assassinate, I mean. Where are you going, guys? Where are you going? Where are we going? Oh, okay. Alright, so he's got a friend just walking by over there.
No fire! No fire!
I wish I had something flammable. Do I have anything that's fire? I thought I had a skill that was fire. Fire damage. Oh my god, stop. Smoke screen damage. Fire. Firebomb. Oh, I guess I just don't have any firebombs? Oh. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't think I can joint assassinate these guys. So... that's gonna need a new plan. Where's the others? Where's the, Where? Oh! Ooh, he's burning. Oh, I love it when they kill themselves for me.
Shows up. I'll run this up a dark place.
Well, one of them's dead. Somehow the other two escaped.
That's disgusting. Could
This-
swear something is out here.
No, I'm not anywhere. What
gone.
do you mean?
Best be on my guard, though.
Widow, me? I'm not hiding in the bushes. What do you
Right
mean?
No easy meat here.
Come here. I'm just a little bush. I'm not here. I'm just a little bush. And you're dead in the bush. Stupid. Fall for it every time.
Hey, wait!
No, I'm not here. Can I assassinate you from inside this? Please, say please. Say yes. Yes, I can. And you're dead. Okay, alright. You're dead over there. But I need to move your body. I don't know where the captain guy went. Oh, there's somebody walking over there. Get you into a bush real quick. They aren't like respawning yet, are they? No. Okay, that's the captain guy's on top of the tower, so I gotta climb up there at some point. I feel like if I take too long, then like, they'll start coming back or something, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be here forever. Pick him up. Put in grass. He's not here. Okay. Alright, so... let me do one other sweep. So there's that guy. That's a bird, I think. There's that guy, and then there's that guy. Oh, that's just a bird. Sonu has picked up on some birds, it looks like. No, get the fuck, you dummy. Get down! Alright. Let's see if I can just... Can you not jump into things when I don't tell you to? Whoop. Shit. How did that miss? There we go. Like, how did that miss? I had his head zeroed in and everything. I will be getting this antidote, though. Oh! Yeah, okay. What? What a fine. I'm doing myself. Okay, so he's up there. And I'm pretty sure he's the only human left. So we're gonna scale this building now. And I'm gonna pull him over the edge. Boop.
I will destroy these cats, and Jibade will soon meet Anubis.
Okay. Beautiful. Find and destroy the bribes. Oh, those are so far away. Holy crap. Look, I did pretty good. I only startled maybe like 1 or 2 people. Pat myself on the back for that one. Alright, you know what? Let's just keep up on this quest line. Why not? Find and destroy the bribes. Oh, so, okay. Oh, well, I can't go there yet. But I can go here. Canopos. I don't even really remember what I was saying at this point. Almost dropped my lid. It's actually cold in here. Like, I had to put on a sweater before starting stream because I was turning blue and shivering. Today it was kind of chilly. It rained a little bit this morning. And it's supposed to kind of remain a little cold tomorrow and maybe even rainy. So that's exciting. But yeah, I'm so ready for the summer to be over. It's freaking the middle of October. I would like it to be fall now, please. But no. Texas says only hot, only all the time, always. So. Is there? Oh, there is. I want to sell stuff and, like, upgrade stuff. So let's... Weather is piss. That's very astute of you, Luna.
Welcome, welcome.
We're gonna sell. We're gonna sell all unnecessary items.
Yes, all right.
And then we're gonna sell all this stuff that I'm just not gonna use.
Could use that.
Hesitant to sell the gold things. I'm gonna... Equipped. Alright, so... I don't even... I want to get, like, good double blades, because I want to like the double blades, because they're fast. But I don't even use the ones that I have equipped right now.
Deal.
I want to love them. The money system in this game is ridiculously bad. Oh, I just sold the gold one. Look at me, not paying attention.
Yes, all right.
Because, like, you don't get any gold for anything.
Could use that. Deal.
Okay. So we're gonna upgrade. This is the one I have equipped right now. Maybe upgrading it will help me do better blows to the head cranium. Okay. I don't even really know why I have a secondary bow equipped, but I do. Can't level that up because I don't have money. I'm gonna equip that. So I'll do this one. Okay. Oh, crafting materials. Okay. We're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna buy. Okay. And then I'm going to change my gear around. I don't really want this. Can I unequip this? If I reselect the same thing? Let me unequip. I don't want it. Swap that. I don't know why I can't sell everything. Like, it doesn't bring up...
What do you need, traveler?
The blunt objects, blunt swords that I have. I might as well just sell this shit. I don't use it. I really don't know why I'm keeping it. Fast and long reach. Combo, no. Maybe because it's health for critical. I don't want it. Alright, fine.
See you later then.
Where's my... There it is, okay. How do I get firebombs? Do you have firebombs?
Come, let's lighten your purse.
Do Did I just not know how to equip them before? Oh, yep. I'm a big dumb dummy head. There we go. Is there upgraded?
Voyager.
Alright, any hoozles. Now I have fire bombs. I just need to use them wisely. Because I could end up killing myself in the process. Bribe cart. Is this a bribe cart?
One of the carts.
Yes, okay. Do I just destroy it? Do I get the guy that's on it?
You there! Stop! Hey! What? You should not have come here!
Ow, I dodged and you know it.
There you are.
Ouch. Uh-oh. Okay, no. Ooh, chain throw. No, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Okay. Oh. Ow. Please target him, thank you. Oh no, stop it. Nope. Woo, that was close. Nope. There we go. Oh.
Ha! You can't outrun me. There you are.
Ow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Okay, well, my level's too low. Let's see where I'm at with the quest when I resynchronize. And then I'll be taking a break in like 3 minutes for ads and to get something else to drink. Okay, so did any of the people I killed stay dead is the question. Looking at it from afar, I don't think so. Oh, because there's his buddies. What if I just did? No, they're both too high of a level. Okay. What is my arrow at the moment? Because this max capacity, increased ranged damage. Okay. Pin. We're gonna go farming for materials real quick. Senu has helped me track down. Alright, let's go get that bronze. It's coming this way. I have to defeat it before it gets too close.
Get out of my way! Cover my
Nice. Are you leaving? Or are you gonna fight me? Haha. Alright. Next. I do need some... Oh. Oh, they found me. I was like, the fuck? Oh, level 12. Boy, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? You died. Do I need that? I don't need that. I do need that. Okay.
Whoa.
Just gonna swim and steal.
Halt!
Why? Actually, break time. I'm not about to do that for 40 seconds and then miss the timer. I will be right back. Enjoy the ads. If you are subscribed, enjoy the music. Hello. I've returned. Thank you for waiting. I now have beverage. I put my groceries in the refrigerator. Ow, and I'm trying to open my drink, and it's one of those twist tops that are very sharp. Hold on. Ow. Okay, I got it. Ow, maybe. Ow. Hi, Lori. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? How's your Monday? How's your ice cream? Alright, let's go. I was facing the wrong way. There it is. I was chasing this guy down to steal. Why, thank you. His
I will return
iron.
it later.
Thank you. I'm gonna go crash your boat into somebody else's boat. Let me just... Oh, that's you. Y'all just got the jump on me just now. That's not very nice. Listen, you level 12 child. Get out here. Anyways. And that's all I wanted was your iron. Feeling sick? No. Ice cream will heal all of your ailments. Confirmed. Oh, can I craft it now? No, I don't think I can craft what I need now. Because I don't have... No, that's not what I was working towards. I was working towards this. I need the deer pelt. I think that's deer. That one. Let's just continue to use this boat now. Go down the Nile. I'm assuming this is the Nile. It is one giant river in the middle of Egypt. How has your Monday been? Have you been resting because you're sick, or were you forced to do stinky work instead of nap? Oh, the audio cut out for a second. That was weird. Oh. Oh, not hippos. Oh. Oh, it's in the water. It's attacking the boat. You know what? That's fine. I can go this way. Me just driving myself into the center of a bunch of hippos. I'm in denial. Okay, that's fair. You were at work? That's stinky, and I hate that for you. I'm sorry. If I hit land? No, I can still sail. Okay, finally the hippos have given up on me. Good, now I can go chase whatever this is. Oh, it seems to be a deer, because that's a deer as well. Oh, there's a few of them. Wait. Okay, got that one. Got that one. Two's better than one. Let me loot these real quick. There's treasure out here? Is that a dead hippo, or are you an asleep hippo? Oh,
Hey, wait!
Oh, there's a person.
Feel that? Not crazy.
Oh, I can take them.
No easy meat here.
But I don't want to take them. Not all at once. Come here. Let me just poke you dead. Poke you're dead.
Keep your eyes open. We know trouble is out there.
Keep your eyes open, but you can't see me.
On the job.
You can't see.
Hey.
He might be able to see me. Poke, 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 poke.
Turn now. Die, you worm.
Just gonna do a little sneaky sneak up on this guy. Sneaking is so fun. And then this guy's just standing there like a dummy head. And we're just gonna... in the head. Looks like they were fighting some hippos. So I'll definitely take those pelts for free, thank you. But Is there a treasure in here? There is. Okay. Alright, Senu, I need more deer thingies. More deer thingies, please, Senu. There was a whole pack of them, and I only got 3. Where are the other ones? Copper, which I don't need presently. These are all hippos. Well, where'd the rest of the deer thingies go? Oh, there's one. Is it just dead in the water? Seems that way, yeah? Cool. 4 more of those. Alright, let's see. That's something that I can go spelunking in, so let's do that. Maybe it's underwater. Underwater! Maybe. Undetermined. I'm gonna take this boat again, though. Oop, okay. Oh. No, it's fine. What in the world sees me now? Nothing. Oh, it is some sort of shipwreck. Or, oh, okay, sunken temple. 3 treasures to loot, huh? Okay. Well, there's one right there. Okay, I need a perfect angle, I guess. There we go. Little things, big thing. There's a lion statue on this temple. That is a hippo up there. Let's hope it does not know I'm underwater. There we go. Ooh, a spear. I don't use spears. I don't really care for spears. Alright. I really need to find more of those deer pelts. These are things that I can snoop in the meantime, though. I have, like, abandoned the boat somewhere. Oh, it's over there. I don't care. We're swimming. I got perfectly good swimming appendages. I can't decide. I can't tell if you swim faster underwater or above water. Like, I really can't actually tell. I'm telling myself that you swim faster underwater. I'll just take this boat, man. Boat. Excuse me, boat. I actually... Because, see, I feel like I'm going way slower above water.
Forgive me.
I don't know. Boats are definitely faster regardless. Okay, are you gonna tell me what this place is?
Stop!
Whoop. Okay, it's a trireme. Let me mark out all the people. Thankfully, they're all low level. Still annoying to deal with, for sure. Let's See if I can sneak up on anybody. He's walking my way, but maybe it doesn't matter if I just kind of hop up here. Just climb up a smidge and then just go.
What?
I just go like that. Then they can't see me. He's dead in the water, and I'm under the water, and they kind of know where I am, but they don't actually know where I am. Oh, they tried to shoot me. I love these games for the sneaky aspect specifically. Like, specifically the sneaky aspect. It's great fun being a ninja assassin. But like, I don't really... Okay, that's an incorrect statement I was about to make. I was gonna say I don't really get that feel, this feel from other roguelike games, but to be honest, I haven't really played other roguelike games to be able to get the feel from. So, let me just shut up right now. I'll be lying over here, damn. Come here. Come here, I just won't put you into the water. Time for swim.
Hey, what the...
Okay, they're on alert now, but they don't scare. Oh, not the alarm. Stole your treasure, though. Why go head first when you can be sneaky?
Mine now! Nowhere you can run to! You're going to pay! Hold on!
Oh, I really did him in. Okay.
Time to die, filet.
Oh, you missed. That's fine. Anybody else? Who else? Who else? Who else wants some? I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Swear it.
Hey now! Worms can have.
Is there anybody else? Did I get him all? Did I clear the location? I might have. I thought I did. I think I did. I think I cleared the location. I'm so efficient. Look at me go. Alright. Does anybody else have the pelt that I need? Well, there's one guy here that I didn't get. I'll let him deal with the mess. Oh, there we go. Sleeping. Perfect. Let's go get some more pelts. I need to upgrade my ranged damage, which is why I'm focusing so hard on the pelts. Sounded like she just told me to can it.
Out of my way!
Can it!
Move! Now!
Pardon. Just stacks of hay. Oh. I think I broke something. My bad. Pardon. Chocobo coming through. Ooh, ooh. Oh, we're not very graceful, but you know, we do our best. Oops, broke the fence. Okay, now I need to sneak up to these sleeping creatures so they stay sleeping. Because there's probably a couple of them over here. There is a couple of them. Damn it! They weren't sleeping, they were awake. I will chase this. I will chase this. I will chase this. What? Excuse me. Thank you. Where'd that other one go? Now it's sleeping again. Hilarious. Now I know that it's not actually sleeping and will run away from me. There we go. That was dumb. I need your pelt, please. I need to level up my ranged damage. Alright. Let's see. Anything in the vicinity? No? I did want to go... there. For no reason. This is a low level place. Where am I, actually? Is this Alexandria? No. Canopus Gnome. It's next to Alexandria. So I did not think Alexandria was that low of a level, but it's not. I'm wrong. It's okay. I do that sometimes. I just want to steal all the treasure so I can sell it. Can I ride the cow? I cannot. Can I steal a horse? There was a stable over here, and I want to steal a horse. They are no longer in the stable. Okay, never mind, I won't be stealing a horse. My hope with these little side missions that I'm doing to, like, steal from places and kill people is that I will find pelts while I am there. That would be nice. She's just sitting there. Okay. What is this place? Requisitioned Tavern. There's a few guys here. Working, resting. So it's just those guys? Alright. Oh. That's fine, I'll get you. That wolf buggy's right there. Anyways.
Down. Hey, what? Oh.
Yeah. As I jumped, all you could think was surprise. I mean, surprise! You're dead now! Oh, you just gonna be standing here like this? Okay. You dead. Such good guards they are. Hello, let me get the, thank you. Was that the treasure? Cool, I cleared the objective, or the location. Did I get them all, actually? Haha, I did. Amazing. Okay. Deer pelts. Still need 10 deer pelts. I did not discover that location. So let's go discover that boat. Maybe I've unrequisitioned or re-requisitioned the tavern. Maybe it will return to the people of the village instead of the Romans. When in Egypt, do as the Romans do and take your shit back. Yeah, this is a boat. East Mediterranean trireme. They're even weaker. Love that for me. Yeehaw.
On my way. Hey.
You there! Stop! We're
Maybe I
not
can
farmers.
assassinate one of them. Yep. Ooh, I can chain assassinate. Amazing.
You will pay!
And then I'm just gonna eat you. He fell between the boat and the pier. Love that.
You're finished!
You. Is there somebody else? No, I got him all. Okay. And I made short work of that. I'm just like hoping that more and more pelts will like show up. As I said, he was moving out of range. What? I said he was never out of range. What do you mean? How far away is that? That's pretty far. Oh. Senu never goes out of range. What do you mean? Don't lie to me. I guess we'll go discover whatever that is. I'm gonna steal this horse that's here. I'm excited to play this game all week, not gonna lie. Because I can just do this. Just explore. Do whatever quests I want. Or not. Eventually I'll get back to the story quest. Maybe. Probably. But what if I don't? Doesn't matter. But what if? You know? Gosh. Oh, I turned the camera all sorts of the way around. Holy shit. Wait.
Whoa.
No, I didn't. It turned itself around. Oh, is it because I discovered the location? Okay. Please, I just want pelts. Is that just something that I can explore? I don't necessarily know what the Pharaoh's headpiece marker means. But we're gonna find out. Also, this horse is green? I don't think horses are supposed to be green. Oh, it's a statue. A statue of Ptolemy. That's what it is. Okay. Well, we're gonna fuck it up. So we don't support Ptolemy around here. Fuck that guy. Oh, there's a question mark marker over here. Alright. Thank you for the microphone, Luna. Appreciate it. I don't know what it means, but I appreciate it. Are there really none of those deer that I can... Oh, they're really... Okay, alright. I just need 10 pelts, man. I'm like 800 miles from the cart that I died at. Like... I was like, I want to stay close. Is no longer close. I didn't say it out loud, but like mentally, I was thinking like, I don't want to stray too far. But then I strayed very far. Now, what is this? What? Oh, you're a thingy that I can, okay. Explore. Aristotelis Shrine. Excuse me. Here. Okay, how do I get up there? Like over here. Okay. Pardon me, I'm climbing this pillar. Don't mind me. Please continue what you were doing. I just want the shit that's up here. Okay. Hey, Evie, that last dare you asked of me was pretty dangerous. Maybe we should bring it down a bit. Anyway, I dare you to pickpocket several different people at the Aristoteles Shrine. Harwa. Anyways. I just want... There's like nothing out here. We'll do that next. I keep hoping that, like, as I run around, I will get closer to a location where the deer are. What if I were to shoot these cows? Can I shoot these cows? Will that get me anything? Oh, there's one. What, I missed? Bitch. Thank you. Is there another one? No. How did Senu not see that? Whatever. Can I kill the bull? It doesn't react. Okay. They're literally not for me to deal with. No interaction with those bulls and cows. Fine. I understand. You just chilling and chilling together? Am I? Have I just been in there all day? I am. Let me leave. Thank you for pointing that out. Because I definitely forgot I was in there because I was just by myself. I had no sound interaction. Could you imagine if somebody... Is this broken? No. Could you imagine if somebody just, like, jumped in and was like, hey, Lumi? I would have shitted my pants. So thank you for pointing that out. What is this?
This area is off limits.
Royal Palace. I will be stealing your treasure. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Why don't I just...
Hey!
Hello? It was the way I was right in front of him, but also not right in front of him enough.
Hey!
What's the point of hiding since you're all just right here?
The end has come for
Push
you.
me? That was rude. That's what you get for pushing. It's not nice to push people.
Hey, wait! Time is up.
You too, huh?
Die.
Ooh, double kill. Look at me. Alright. So I got those dum-dums. Let me take a pause and see what we've got. Okay, there's those two guys. There's some folks around here. Pushing is definitely the #1 problem in this game. It is! All the guards are so rude, and so everyone has asked me to teach them a lesson. That's why I'm murdering all of them. Okay, so there might be a few people here, but you know what? That's alright. It's not a big dealio. I got this. Alright. So, the treasure... there's some down here. Ooh. Let me just... Gadoosh! Solid justification. Thank you. I thought so. Okay, so he's like right next to a gate. So we're just gonna go like this. We're just gonna go...
Hey, what?
An assassin. I like how even though they see me, I can still, like, get the drop on them. Let's climb up here and get these guys. I need the experience, you know? I need the EXPs. Come here. Come here. I just want to pull you over the ledge. There you go. Bye. How is he still... Was he still screaming? He landed. Anyway. It's like if I were to jump off the curb, but continue to scream as if I had jumped off a cliff. It's just a little excessive, you know? Okay, anyway, there was loot over yonder. Me climbing down next to the ladder. I don't need no ladder. Oh, that's right. He wasn't in a room, so I need to find my way into... Nope, whoever that is. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. I can't make up my mind, but I'm gonna try. Okay.
Hey!
Oh. Oh, hey.
Your time has come.
You have a shield. That's cheating, actually. Okay, bye. And then there's these two guys over here. I wonder if it'll let me just do one of these. Yes, it will. And whap. I love how sometimes just throwing a rock is enough. Okay, I don't know who that guy is, but he's gonna die now. Oh, he's outside. That doesn't matter. He noticed a dead body outside. But it's fine. Because I'm inside. Okay. What else? There's one more treasure. But, oh, I forgot something. Oh no, that's outside. Is it above me? Where's the... Senu, where is the treasure? Oh, here. Alright. I fear no one when they're all level 11.
Hey.
Oh. What? I'm not... What do you mean? I'm not here. What? Huh? What? Do you see... I don't see anybody. I don't see me. Do you see me? Nope. I kind of love that I, like, dragged them back to wherever I was hiding. Oh, get in the bush. Are we changing of the guards, gentlemen? So I'm gonna change your face with my blade. You're dead. You turned around and you still died. What does this mean? Okay.
Hey now.
No, what? I'm trying to find the last treasure, and I thought that that was the indicator, but it's just like in a tree. Okay. Let me see.
Hey, hold on.
Chain assassinations are cool. I'm hiding. I'm not here. You don't see me.
Damn sheep.
Oh, they do. Oh, I could have totally assassinated them both, but I didn't. That was my bad.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You wait a minute. I am so stealthy, you don't even know. Let me see your face. Show me your face. come around this way. Okay. What? You dodged. You stupid. You're a big, dumb stupid. Where are you going backwards right now, exactly? That was weird. That was an odd interaction. It's like I see you, but I'm gonna back up quickly. Oh, that one missed. That's unfortunate. Can you die? Thank you. Let me just pick up my arrows. Where's the rest of the treasure exactly? Is it up here? He was running up those stairs. Very weird. I feel like I've been here before as part of the storyline. I believe I have. I need to find one more piece of treasure. Like, where is it? Oh, hey. Hello.
You're finished.
You're finished. Got you. And you're dead too. Okay, fabulous. Fabulous. But where is the treasure? Oh my goodness. See, this does. Okay, are y'all seeing this? Just that it says it's right here in the middle of the sky. I don't understand. Can't climb trees. I'm gonna go take out my frustration on this guy.
Hey, what?
Hey, what?
Better stay sharp. Kill you.
Oh. Ow, I dodged, and you know it.
Hey, hold on.
I need one more treasure. Like, where is it?
Your time has come.
In the meantime.
Remind me never to cross you, filler.
Alright, let me... I don't know if I can actually complete it right now.
Die.
Nope, I was facing the wrong direction. I aggressively trimmed that bush. I'm very, very good at gardening.
Hey.
Hey.
Ah, die, idiot.
Who you calling an idiot, stupid? Now you're dead. That's what you get. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna have to go to somewhere safe. And, oh, well, I suppose the water's safe enough. Okay. Alright. Do this. And we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. Oh, she's got a little bag of candy. My little pet. That's so cute. Anyway. That's it for today. Let's see if there's anybody that we can raid. Let's see. Let's see. I didn't have my internet prepared. 1 second. Whomst. We'll go over to Crane. He's playing Fall Guys. So let me mute him so I don't have to deal with listening to that at the moment. Here is that raid message. And that one. Take whichever one you can use. Whomst. Is Crane. Alright, let me start the raid. Basic Crane. Did I spell it right? I did. Okay. What are you doing?
Babe, we're out of Pop-Tart.
Thanks, honey. Everybody have a good night. Go show Crane some love. And I will be back on Wednesday with more Assassin's Creed. You're
Hopefully
amazing.
more Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Goodbye, everybody.